Dear friends, welcome to GRM Toppers classes for G Mains and Advance, along with the foundation classes for G Mains and Advance. And dear friends, in this session, let us discuss part 3 of G Advance 2020 paper 1, dealing with section 3 of paper 1. Dear friends, I hope every one of you are enjoying this session and getting benefit of this session for your preparation, and hope you will continue the same in coming sessions also. So dear friends, now let us go for section 3 of paper 1, which is also given for 6 questions and which is of numerical value type, means answer of every question will be a numerical value in 4 places, with 4 places before the decimal point and 2 places after the decimal point. Even sign of the value is also valid in this answer. Therefore, this kind of questions are more difficult to answer accurately. So everyone has to be careful about the answer of this kind of questions. Okay friends, now let us go for the first question of this section, which is question number 13. Here this question is given as, let m be the minimum possible value of, small m be the minimum possible value of log 2 base 3 of 3 power a plus 3 power b plus 3 power c, where a, b, c are real numbers for which a plus b plus c equal to 9. Let capital M be the maximum possible value of log alpha to base 3 plus log beta to base 3 plus log gamma to base 3, where alpha, beta, gamma are the positive real numbers for which alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to 9. Then the value of log of m cube to base 2 plus log of capital M square to base 3 is the question here. Okay friends, it seems the question is based on the arithmetic and geometric mean inequality between arithmetic mean and geometric mean. Now let us see what will be the solution for this question. Okay friends, now coming to this, as we know that this 3 power a, 3 power b, 3 power c, where a, b, c are real numbers, will be positive values here, so that am of these positive values will be greater than or equal to gm, because am is greater than or equal to gm for any set of positive real numbers. Hence, this is the am of 3 power a and 3 power b and 3 power c is greater than or equal to gm, which is cube root of this one. Therefore, this 3 power a plus of 3 power b of 3 power c can be taken as 3 power a plus b plus c, where a plus b plus c is given as 9. So the cube root of 3 power 9 is equal to 3 cube. Therefore, cube root of 3 power a into 3 power b into 3 power c here is 3 cube. Now, taking this 3 on this side, so 3 power a plus 3 power b plus 3 power c is greater than or equal to 3 power 4. Hence, the minimum value of this one is 3 power 4. None. Small m value is 3 power 4. Okay. Now taking log on both sides, because log is an increasing function, inequality remains same. So log of this one is greater than or equal to 4 implies small m equal to 4. So the minimum value of this one is required. Minimum value of this one is small m given. So that m is equal to 4. Okay. And we know that alpha plus beta plus gamma, where alpha, beta, gamma are what? Here alpha, beta, gamma are positive real numbers for which alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to 9. Okay. Then what we can take? Alpha plus beta plus gamma by 3 is greater than or equal to cube root of alpha, beta, gamma. Okay. But what is alpha plus beta plus gamma? 9. 9 by 3 is 3 only. 9 by 3 is 3. Of course, 3 cube. 9 by 3 is 3. 3 cube is greater than or equal to alpha, beta, gamma. So that alpha plus beta plus gamma by 3 whole cube is greater than or equal to alpha, beta, gamma, which is less than or equal to 27. Because here it is alpha plus beta plus gamma by 3 directly can be taken as 3 cube. Here no need of writing this one. Like 3 cube is greater than or equal to alpha, beta, gamma. So that alpha, beta, gamma is less than or equal to 27. Now you can go for log on. You can take log on both sides to base 3. So that it is log alpha to base 3 plus log beta to base 3 plus log gamma to base 3, which is less than or equal to log of 27 to base 3 means 3 cube to base 3 is 3. Now, because it is less than or equal to 3, this 3 is the maximum value of this one. Hence, capital M is 3 here. Capital M is 3. Now, the question is log of m cube to base 2 plus log of capital M square to base 3. Just substituting small m equal to 4. Small m equal to 4. So, this is 3 log 4 to base 2 plus capital M is 3, 2 log 3 to base 3. So, which is here log 4 to base 2 is 2. So, that 3 into 2 is 6 and 2 into here 1 is 1. So, 6 plus 2 into 1 is 2. So, 6 plus 2 is 8 is the answer of this question, my dear friends. Therefore, it is just based on simple concepts of inequality between AM and GM, where AM is greater than or equal to GM. Only the concept used here. Hence, dear friends, this is one simple question of this exam. Now, coming to the next question, 14th one. Here it is given as, let A1, A2, A3 and so on be a sequence of positive integers in arithmetic progression with common difference 2 none. Also, let G1, G2, G3 so on be a sequence of positive integers in geometric progression with the common ratio 2. Here this is geometric progression with the common ratio 2 and this is an arithmetic progression with the common difference 2 none. If A1 equal to G1 equal to C means first term of both the sequences is given as C. Then the number of possible values of C for which the equality 2 of sum of AP is equal to sum of GP holds for the positive integers. Integer n is now asked for the value of n which satisfies this equation. Okay friends, when A1 equal to G1 equal to C greater than 0 and this is the condition, What is sum of AP of n terms? So it is n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into d, where a is the first term. But here c is the first term. So that 2c plus n minus 1 of 2 is equal to, because c is the first term of GP, that is c into 2 power n minus 1 by 2 minus 1, because the common ratio is 2 here. Here the common difference is 2 here for AP. Right. So just to find, considering the sum of AP and sum of GP of n terms, so you can have this equation, right? Just cancelling 2 to here, and 2 minus 1 is 1. Just you can take this inequality. Now I am simplifying this inequality to write C in terms of n. So it can be taken as 2nc plus n of n minus 1 of 2 equal to c into 2 power n minus 1. Now taking c terms on one side and other terms on the other side. Now c can be written as 2n of n minus 1 by 2 power n minus 2n minus 2. Okay friends, now by trial and error, you can go for different values of n such that c is an integer, because given that what is holds for some positive integer n, what is that? The integral, then the number of all possible values of c, possible values of c. But what is c here? First term of what is that? Positive integers. Sequence here a1, a2, a3. Sequence is positive integers, sequence of positive integers. So this is also sequence of positive integers. Therefore, this c must be a positive integer. So c is a positive integer for positive integers of n. So like that, you can go for different values of n, so that c is a positive integer. Now let us come with n equal to 2 here, because at least two terms will be there, no? At least two terms will be there in the sequence. Therefore, considering n from 2 onwards, for n equal to 2, so just substituting 2 here, so this is 2 into 2, 4 of minus 1 minus 4 by, this is 2 square 4 minus 2 minus 1 minus 3 become 1. So c value will be minus 4. For n equal to 3, like that substituting, you will have c equal to minus 4. Okay. For n equal to 2, c equal to minus 4. For n equal to 3, then c is equal to, it is 12 none. C equal to 12. Of course, this is c equal to 12 only. Right. Similarly, for n equal to 4, n equal to 5, we can find the value of c here. Now let us see what are they. Right. For n equal to 4, value of c is 24 by 7, which is non-integer. For n equal to 5, c equal to 40 by 21, which is non-integer. So like this, going on different values of n, so c will be a rational number which is not an integer. Hence, c is an integer for n equal to 3 only. Now I have tabulated those values of c for different values of n here. For n equal to 2, it is minus 4. N equal to 3, it is 12. N equal to 4, 24 by 7. For 5, 40 by 21. For 6, 60 by 51. Like this, you will have non-integral rational numbers only, but c is one integer for n equal to 3 only. Therefore, there will be only one value of n such that c is an integer number. Hence, the correct answer for this one is 1, because the number of values of c, integral values of c, is only 1. That is the right answer for this one. Okay, friends. So this is also somewhat easy question, we can say, but not much difficulty one. So this is also one good question. Now you see, coming to the next question of this paper, 15th one. Of course, this is one moderate question we can say that you can see now. This 15th one is, let f 0 to 2 is the domain, to R codomain be a function defined as f of x equal to 3 minus of sine 2 pi x of sine of pi x minus pi by 4 minus sine of 3 pi x plus pi by 4. This is the function f of x given. If alpha comma beta belongs to the closed interval 0 to 2, means in the domain of f, are such that alpha comma beta here are such that set of x belongs to 0 to 2 such that f of x greater than or equal to 0 is equal to this one. In this interval, in this closed interval alpha to beta, where f of x is greater than or equal to 0, where x is in the domain of f, then ask it to find the value of beta minus alpha. This is the interval for f of x greater than 0. For this, dear friends, when f of x is this one, which is looking in terms of x minus pi by 4, pi x minus pi by 4, pi x minus pi by 4. So let us consider this pi x minus pi by 4 equal to theta. Consider pi x minus pi by 4 equal to theta, then pi x equal to pi by 4 plus theta. Now substituting that pi x here, so 3 minus sine of pi x means 2 into pi by 4 plus theta, become pi by 2 plus 2 theta. This is sine theta minus 3 pi x become what? 3 pi by 4 plus 3 theta plus pi by 4. Got the point? So this is f of x. Now let us say it is in terms of g of theta. This f of x is now g of theta. Now we are going for g of theta. So g of theta is equal to 3 minus sine of pi by 2 plus 2 theta is cos 2 theta into sine theta plus sine 3 pi by 4 plus pi by 4. 4 pi by 4. It is pi. Pi plus 3 theta. Sine of pi plus 3 theta is minus sine 3 theta. So that minus of minus become plus sine 3 theta. Right. Now this is 3 sine theta minus sine theta cos 2 theta plus sine of, you can say this 3 theta as theta plus 2 theta. Now it is like sine of a plus b minus sine a cos b. Will be cos a sine b. So that g of theta is 3 sine theta plus cos theta sine theta. Now sine 2 theta can be taken as 2 sine theta cos theta. Hence taking sine theta common, it will be 3 plus 2 cos square theta. It will be 3 plus sine theta of 3 plus 2 cos square theta. Now clearly 3 plus 2 cos square theta is positive. Hence when sine theta is positive, g of theta will be positive. When sine theta is greater than or equal to 0, g of theta will be greater than or equal to 0. So that f of x will be also greater than or equal to 0, dear friends. Therefore, for f of x greater than or equal to 0, for f of x greater than or equal to 0, so the sine theta must be greater than or equal to 0. But sine theta is greater than or equal to 0 in the interval 0 to pi, where theta is what? Pi x minus pi by 4. Now adding pi by 4 and dividing by pi, adding pi by 4 and dividing by pi, we will have interval for x from 1 by 4 to 5 by 4. So that will be taken as alpha to beta. Hence alpha is 1 by 4, beta is 5 by 4. Now beta minus alpha will be 1. So that is the correct answer of this question, friends. Of course, this is also one good question but simple question. One good question but simple question. Hence the correct answer for this question is 1, my dear friends. Okay, of course we will have some alternate solutions but not important for this one, somewhat lengthy. So now let us go for next question of this paper, which is 16th one here. 16th one. So in this question you are given that in a triangle PQR, let A bar equal to QR bar, B bar equal to RP bar, and C bar equal to PQ bar. If mod A bar is 3, mod B bar equal to 4, and this is the condition A bar dot C bar minus B bar by this one, you can see where mod A bar, mod B bar are the magnitudes of A bar and B bar. Then asked to find mod of A bar cross B bar square none. Okay, friends. But here looking at these vectors, QR bar, RP bar and PQ bar are closing one triangle, are closing because at the terminal point of one, another vector has the initial point. Therefore, A bar plus B bar plus C bar will be O bar like this because PQR closing one triangle, so that C bar plus A bar plus B bar will be 0. And another condition given is A bar dot C bar minus B bar, C bar dot A bar minus B bar. So it seems very simple that replacing A bar, you will take the vector in terms of B bar and C bar, and replacing C bar, you can take the vector in terms of A bar and B bar. So in this manner, right? So because A bar equal to minus of B bar plus C bar, and C bar equal to minus of A bar plus B bar. Now taking minus from this one, right? You can take it as minus A bar of C bar minus B bar by minus C bar dot A bar minus B bar equal to mod A bar given as 3, mod B bar given as 4. It will be 3 by 3 plus 4, 7. Okay. Now minus A bar is this, minus C bar is this. Just taking the dot product, it is mod C bar square minus mod B bar square. So it is mod A bar square minus mod B bar square. And simplifying this, dear friends, you will have one relation between mod A bar, mod B bar and mod C bar none. Now here 7 mod C bar square equal to 3 mod A bar square plus 4 mod B bar square, where mod A bar, mod B bar given to you, which are 3 and 4. Now 3 into 9, 27 plus 4 into 16, 64. Altogether 91 is 7 mod B bar square, mod C bar square. So that mod C bar square is 13. And here mod C bar square can be taken as mod of A bar plus B bar square, because C bar equal to minus of A bar plus B bar, otherwise A bar plus B bar equal to minus C bar. Hence mod of A bar plus B bar square is 13. So that expanding this one, it is mod A bar square plus mod B bar square plus 2 into A bar dot B bar, which is 13. Now solving this one by substituting mod A bar, mod B bar, here A bar dot B bar is minus 6 none. Just simplifying, substituting mod A bar, mod B bar, simplifying and substituting mod B bar, mod A bar, mod of A bar dot B bar is minus 6. Yes, and we know that one condition, mod of A bar cross B bar square plus A bar dot B bar square is mod A bar square into mod B bar square. So here unknown is only mod of A bar cross B bar. You can substitute these values available and substituting them. So this is the value for mod of A bar cross B bar square none. Mod of A bar cross B bar square is 108, and that is the question in this question. That is the required one in this question. Hence it is 108 is the correct option for this one, correct answer for this question. Okay, friends. Now coming to next question of this section, which is 17th one. Of course, this is also one good question of this paper. It seems it is given based on mean value theorems of functions. Now let us see what is that. For a polynomial g of x with real coefficients, let m suffix g denotes the number of distinct real roots of g of x. Suppose S is the set of polynomials with real coefficients defined as this one. S is the set of x square minus 1 whole square of a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube and so on, where a0, a1, a2, a3 and belongs to R. Okay, of course this is confined to only 4 terms and the coefficients are given like this. Now this S is the set of polynomials with the real coefficients. Okay. Okay, real coefficients and defined like this. For a polynomial f of x, let f dash and f double dash denote its first and second derivatives respectively, then the minimum possible value of m of f dash plus m of f double dash. What is m of suffix g? Be the minimum mg denote the number of distinct real roots of g of x. So that m f dash means roots of f dash x equal to 0. M f double dash means distinct real roots of f double dash x equal to 0. So together is the question for you, where f belongs to S. F is a function of this set S. Okay friends, now let us consider f of x is x square minus 1 whole square and h of x, where h of x is this a naught plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube. Now because it is x square minus 1, it is very clear that f of 1 and f of minus 1 will be 0, because x square minus 1 whole square will be 0 whatever this h of x. So this will be 0 for x equal to plus or minus 1. Hence I have taken the values of x 1 and minus 1, so that f of 1 equal to f of minus 1 equal to 0. Then according to Rolle's theorem, there exists at least one alpha belongs to minus 1 to 1. Of course, that is continuous and differentiable, because this f of x will be a polynomial function. Hence, need not worry about continuity and differentiability in the required interval. Hence, you can confirm that there exists at least one alpha belongs to minus 1 to 1 such that f dash alpha equal to 0. Right. So now we have one root of f dash x equal to 0, that is alpha in the interval minus 1 to 1. But what is f dash x? Just you see. For f of x, this one, you can take this f dash x as 2 into x square minus 1 into 2x, keeping h of x as it is, plus x square minus 1 whole square into h dash x, just by UV rule, otherwise product rule of differentiation. Now, very clearly, f dash 1 and f dash minus 1 will be 0, because all over the equation you have one factor x square minus 1. Therefore, f dash 1 is 0, as well as f dash minus 1 is also 0. This is the function actually, taking x square minus 1 common. So clearly f dash 1 is 0, f dash minus 1 is 0. Therefore, f dash x equal to 0 will have minimum 3 roots. One is 1, another one minus 1, and one more alpha between minus 1 and plus 1. Implies minimum of m f dash is 3. That means the minimum number of real roots of f dash x equal to 0 is 3, my dear friends. And then because f dash x is 0 for minus 1, 0 and 1, there exists at least one root beta in the interval minus 1 to alpha, because alpha is in between minus 1 and plus 1. Therefore, because f dash x is 0, there exists at least one beta belongs to minus 1 to alpha, and at least one gamma belongs to alpha to 1, such that f dash beta equal to 0 as well as f dash gamma equal to 0, because f double dash beta equal to 0 and f double dash gamma equal to 0, because f dash minus 1, f dash alpha, f dash 1 are zeros according to Rolle's theorem. So this will be the condition where minus 1 less than beta less than alpha less than gamma less than 1. This is the sequence of alpha, beta, gamma between minus 1 and plus 1. Even let us try whether f double dash minus 1 or f double dash 1 are 0 or not. So that's why going for f double dash x, just you can differentiate this one using product rule or UV rule of differentiation. So you can differentiate like this, f double dash x equal to, so this is the differentiation you can see, right, where f dash x taken from this one here, right, 2 into 2x, 4x it is, 4x differentiation is 4 into 3x square minus 1 of h of x. So like that you can differentiate in a simple way, so by product rule of differentiation. But what is f double dash 1? Substituting 1, so you won't get 0 straight away, but it is 8h of 1, and f double dash minus 1 is 8h of minus 1, because this is the resulting function. But we don't know whether h of 1 and h of minus 1 are 0 or not. We don't know anything about h of x. That is one simple polynomial with real coefficients. Hence, we can't say that f double dash 1 and f double dash minus 1 are zeros. So, minimum of f double dash, that means f double dash x equal to 0 for at least two values, beta and gamma. Therefore, minimum of f double dash is 2. Now, the minimum of m f dash plus m f double dash will be 3 plus 2 equal to 5 is the right answer for this question, dear friends. Okay, somewhat it is good question. Sometimes we may not get a proper idea for attempting this question, and maybe some confusion also, because how to proceed for this one and how to begin the solution also may be somewhat difficult. So I feel it is some moderate question, not that much difficulty question, but it is somewhat moderate question. Now the right answer for this question is 5. Now let us go for the last question of this paper. Is one easy question for you, just based on limits. So it is one simple question we can say, but let us see whether it is simple or not. Now you see this 18th question is, let E denote the base of natural logarithm. Small e is Napier constant, which denote the base of natural logarithm, means logarithms here are defined to base e. So the value of the real number a for which the right hand limit, that is limit x tends to 0 plus 1 minus x power 1 by x minus e power minus 1. Of course, this is 1 by e, but I have taken e power minus 1 by x by a, is a non-zero real number. Asked to find the value of a, so that the right hand limit of this one is a non-zero real number is the question. Okay, friends. Now let us take this limit. X tends to 0 plus 1 minus x power 1 by x minus e power minus 1 by x power a. So with the simple transformation, you can take this by x power a aside, and this is taking log to base e can be taken as e power 1 by x of log of 1 minus x, because we know the sequence of log of 1 minus x, so that it can be simplified to some extent. That's why in view of that I have taken this e power minus 1 is 1 by e. But what is log of 1 minus x? Log of 1 minus x is, so minus x square by 2 factorial minus x square by 2 minus x cube by 3 minus x power 4 by 4. Why? Because log of 1 plus x is x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 minus x power 4 by 4, like that you will have some sequence. Now log of 1 minus x is, this is the sequence. When it is divided by x, you will have this one, minus 1 minus x by 2, because log of 1 minus x is this. Now replacing that, then e power 1 by x of this one minus 1 by e. So this is e power minus 1 minus x by 2 of this, and minus 1 by e. Let me take 1 by e common. Why? Because it can be taken as e power minus 1 into e power the remaining. Now taking 1 by e common, e power the remaining minus 1, e power remaining minus 1. Now substituting them in the limit. So this is 1 by x power a, 1 by x power a. This is no taking 1 by e common, and this x power a taken in the denominator of this one. Now it can be taken to be, because as x tends to 0, this also tends to 0. Now let us take the same denominator as this in the denominator. So can be written as x tends to 0 plus 1 by e. So this minus 1 by this power, now that power by x power e. So anyway, this is 1, as x tends to 0 plus this tends to 0. So this is 1. Hence 1 by e, this is 1 into. So now this can be taken for the limit. But here, unless suppose if a is 0, what happens? When a is 0, this will be a constant. When this is a constant, as x tends to 0, this numerator becomes 0, will be, the total limit will be 0, right? For example, if x is more than 2, more than or equal to 2, more than 1, when x is more than 1, you can take one x common, one x will be cancelled. Now for x equal to 0, this numerator become minus 1 by 2, but some x remains in the denominator, so that it goes to infinite when a is more than 1. Therefore, when a more than 1, it goes to infinity. When a equal to 0, it goes to uh, 0. Therefore, the integral value of a, of course, not only integral value, the real value of a, so that this is one finite value, must be 1. So when a is 1, you can take one x common and you can cancel this x, so that as x tends to 0, here numerator will be minus 1 by 2. So minus 1 by 2 of 1 by e become minus 1 by 2e for a equal to 1 only. Other than a equal to 1, whatever the value of a, this never be a finite value, otherwise never be a non-zero value. Therefore, the value of a for which this limit is a finite non-zero value is for a equal to 1. Therefore, the right answer for this question is 1, and so that this question is of course one good question, but we can attempt in in our practice. Okay. Therefore, so this is the uh, paper 1 for this advanced 2020, my dear friends. So I think we have discussed every question in detailed manner, and I hope everyone got the solution of all these questions. And of course, we have tried for even some alternate methods also, but the best of the solutions I have given here, and in future also I will go for paper 2 very soon. So please, dear students, share this video to your friends and to your well wishers, which is more useful in their preparation, and they will also feel gratitude towards you in helping such information, in giving such information of their what is success. In their success, they will definitely take the part of your help. So dear friends, let us wait for paper 2. As soon as possible, I will come with the solutions of paper 2 in the same well defined and in detailed manner. So till then, continue your preparation for G Advanced 2021 and so on. Okay, friends, have a nice time. Thank you.